I believe.
There we go. All right. So using the dual angle drilling techniques, which were developed by Mo Pinnell and adopted by Brunswick and used by all Brunswick players on tour now, we see that the first angle from the PSA to the pin and the pin to the positive axis point is 95 degrees. It's pretty wide because this ball, it has a pretty weak core in it, and what happened was the PSA migrated to the left of the thumb hole. So it made this first angle pretty wide. Mo recommends don't go over 95 or don't go over 90 because that's going to make the ball go really, really long. And as you can see, it's at 95. So that's going to get this ball to clear the heads really, really quickly. Almost too much, really. I would never recommend going over 90. The next angle you're going to see here is from pin to positive axis point to vertical axis line, the VAL. And that's at 50 degrees. Still a little bit too high for my liking for the way Derek throws the ball. I would like this number to come down, and which we did on the next ball. I'll show you. From the pin to the PAP, you'll notice is 3 5/8. That's going to generate a moderately large amount of flare, which is pretty good. The problem we were getting the other day when he was bowling was that a couple of his flare lines were hitting the middle finger and also hitting the thumb hole. So we had to make some adjustments on the Mastermind to get the flare rings over to the left. We wanted to lower his track. It's really tough to make the ball hook when you're hitting air. So here's some adjustments we made.
1 second.
Yep.
With the reason I got the Mastermind in 2012 was because, or 2013 rather, or whatever, was because Sean Rash won the 2012 Tournament of Champions using this ball, and he actually threw it pretty straight.
Yep.
So that's what attracted me to the Mastermind. Plus, my favorite color is black. If you want the Mastermind, it's probably going to be on eBay. You know, maybe you're not a maybe you want a ball like this, but if check out eBay and you know, who knows, you could get it for a good price. And the Mastermind comes in, I believe, 10 or 12 to 16 pounds.
All right.
So now we're gonna go.
I think you meant the Versamax, but we knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
Yes.
All right. So here's the differences we did with the Mastermind. Okay. So our first angle, if we check it out, it's a lot lower. So from PSA to pin to positive axis point, we lowered that to 55. Okay. And now this is where the PSA was after drilling. We all know it migrates. It started here, and the only way to find out where it migrates to is to have a determinator. So after drilling, you put holes in the ball. It actually migrated somewhat over in this direction. Then we popped a balance hole in it, and it migrated back towards the original PSA indicator. So we got his first angle at 55. That's going to get the ball to rev up a little bit earlier, especially when he throws it too fast. Then from pin to PAP, we've got a total of 3 3/4. Not very different than what he had on the Versamax. Going to create a lot of flare, get that ball to rev up pretty well. Now the next angle I want to direct your attention to, again, pin to PAP to VAL, your vertical axis line. That is a 20-degree angle. It's really, really low, and that's going to get the ball to snap up a lot harder off the spot. Notice the difference. Okay, basically what you're doing is making a big letter N. Okay, the wider or more obtuse the letter N is, the longer and weaker the ball is. The narrower the letter N is that you make with the person's ball, and you need the positive axis point, that's actually going to make the ball rev up a little bit earlier and snap off the spot harder. It did need a balance hole. As you can see, the center of gravity is right here. It's pretty far away from the middle of his grip. Here's some other adjustments we made. He was getting some rubbing on his thumb, so we had to do some things to get it so he would not roll over the thumb hole and the middle finger anymore. So we wanted to make his middle finger a lot stronger. So you're going to notice his middle finger pitches have been dug into the ball more towards the grip. That's going to make the ball stay on his middle finger a lot longer, and that's actually going to increase his tilt. He only has 70 degrees of tilt. When you have 7 degrees of tilt, the ball revs up really, really early. So my goal with this drilling was maybe to see if we could get him up to 9 or 10 or 11 degrees of tilt and make the ball wait a little bit longer before rolling out. You know, sometimes you'd get that shot that would roll out, or some people call it hook out, and the ball would hit flat. he'd leave a 5.7 or an 8.10 or something. So what we want out of this Mastermind is for this thing to go a little bit longer, but still retain enough energy to snap hard in the end. So we want him to be middle finger dominant. With this ball, he was too ring finger dominant, so we had to make his middle finger do more of the work. We're going to see how that translates on the lanes in the next video.
Real quick though, this ball would not be possible if it wasn't for Parker Bone III. He decided to send me this ball, and I want to thank him very much for that. If you're not so fortunate to have Parker Bone send you this ball and you want this ball, go to bowling.com. You can get it for $134.99, $20 rebates, normally $154.99 on bowling.com. You can also check out bowlwithbrunswick.com to see their whole line of Brunswick equipment. buddiesproshop.com. So many places where you can get this Mastermind. Now, what attracted me to this Mastermind, Sean Rash actually finished second in the PBA World Championships last year, and Tom Smallwood believe won his second title using the Mastermind. If you like the Mastermind, stay tuned to Brunswick Bowling and more videos from me, because you're going to have the Mastermind Genius. I don't know when I'm going to have that, but you'll be able to check out bowlwithbrunswick.com. You'll see the Mastermind Genius and the Mastermind Intellect. That's going to be not as strong as this. The Mastermind Genius is maybe a step down from this, but this Mastermind is a perfect ball if you want a good ball with a bad attitude. So we're going to head to the lanes. I'm Derek Michaud for Brunswick Bowling. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the lanes.
And I am Nick D'Alfonso for NicksProShop.com. Don't forget you can find all these great balls at NicksProShop.com. Usually going to be a lot cheaper than going online and paying me to drill it, so check out my website as well.